Dear friends, this would be our last session of the 8-week-long massive open online course on research and publication ethics. You have already received the video lectures, e-text, quiz and interacted through the discussion forum. In this particular session, we will try to recapitulate the topics which we have discussed and what you have learned by going through the contents. Let me discuss the topics week-wise. The entire program or entire course were distributed over 7 weeks. Through the last 6 weeks, you have gone through different topics which have been included in the syllabus by the UGC. Suppose in week 1, we discussed the philosophy and ethics module. It includes the introduction to philosophy, the origin, branches of philosophy and relationship between philosophy and science. In week 2, we discussed the scientific conduct. In this week, we discussed the integrity and ethics, ethics with respect to science and research, intellectual honesty and research integrity, that is scientific misconducts and redundant publications, selective reporting and misrepresentation of data. The second week was very important for you because we discussed very important concepts like integrity, ethics, ethical practices in science and research and scientific misconduct, etc. In week 3, we discussed the publication ethics. In this week, we discussed or you have learned the conflict of interest, the publication misconduct, predatory publishers and journals. In week 4, we discussed the open access publications. During the course of study, you have learned that any research work has two activities. One is collection of data and interpretation, and from them you have to get the desired results, and then you have to publish these results. So there are two parts. One is deriving or getting the outcome, and second one is the publication. So it is very important where do you publish. It may be online or it may be in print version. So in the 4 week, we discussed the various process of publications, whether it is online or offline. In week 5, we discussed the publication misconduct, like the concept and types of misconduct, ethical issues in various disciplines, fabrications, falsification and plagiarism are the very important terms in the course of research work. So you have to keep in mind what the concept like fabrication, falsification and plagiarism. The authorship is also defined in the week 5 because who is author? Any student or any faculty or any researcher who creates his own work will be treated as the author. We also discussed various software tools to detect the false papers. In week 6, we discussed the module databases and research metrics. We as a researcher or we as the faculties regularly publish our papers, but how the papers are judged, what would be the quality parameter? As a contributor, as an author, you must know the quality of the paper. The quality of the paper is generally measured by H-index, I-10 index, L-metrics, etc. So there are various types of metrics or factors by which a paper is judged in terms of quality. In week 7, we discussed the very important regulations which has been prescribed by the UGC. So, as a researcher or as a faculty who contributes their papers or research article must go through the regulations of 2018, and week 8 is reserved for the assessment. After successful completion of the assessment, you will get the completion certificate. And you know, this is a 2-credit course. There would be a facility or provision for credit transfer. So, after successful completion of this 8-week course, you will get the certificate which you can show in your parent university to get the credit. The examination or the assessment will be based on multiple choice question. So, in week 8, you will have the final assessment. And if you face any difficulty to understand the topics that you have already gone through during the last 7 weeks, you may go through again those contents repeatedly which are available on the SWAYAM platform. I hope you have enjoyed the 8-week MOOCs on research and publication ethics, and it was very interesting to interact with you through the discussion forum. We expect that you will maintain the academic integrity in your research work. Thank you.